All right, welcome in. The Arkansas Weather Network officially is live. We've got a lot of really awesome things planned coming your way over the next few weeks and few months. And man, guys, a lot of work to get us here. Appreciate every single person that is watching. I think this is something that Arkansas really needs. And hey, this is just an introduction. We're going to go through the Arkansas Weather Network app. I'm joined by Zachary Hall and Blaze Thomas. Good evening, guys.
Good evening. Glad to be here.
Hey, how we doing?
Long time coming. So, yeah.
All right. Well, what we want to do first tonight, Zach, just speak real quick to, how cool this is going to be, how important this is going to be for Arkansas. You did a bunch of severe weather coverage last year all by yourself, and you commanded a very large audience as you did it.
Yeah, it was an experience. A lot of people, I see the chat filling up here on my right with people who are watching this evening, and I know some of them probably watched at times, and it was a journey. Covering severe weather, all 75 counties by yourself is not easy. That includes some late nights, some sick times as well. So I'm so happy that the Arkansas Weather Network is here. Now I have some incredible help with meteorologist Blaze Thomas, and of course meteorologist James Bryan. I think we're gonna kick this thing into high gear. Our busy season's coming up. So, but Blaze, I want you to come in here. You've been a huge part of this, developing. Tell us what you're feeling, and let some of these people know who you are.
Well, so my name's Blaze Thomas, and just became a meteorologist very recently. And so I love weather. I got started at a very young age when my house and church was hit by a tornado in 2013. And from then on, I've just had a passion for weather. And I think this new app right here, guys, as you guys were saying, is going to change the game, especially for keeping people safe. And so you can see a few screenshots here of the app, and we'll dive into this here in just a few, but just want to thank you guys for giving me this opportunity.
We're happy to have you, man.
All right, let's get to it. What we're going to do is we're going to go through kind of on a tour of the app. And so if at any point someone pops in, they can re-watch this and kind of get a feel for what our app is, what it's going to do. Then we're going to give you a little bit of what's coming up with weather in the next week. It's pretty quiet, but there's plenty of stuff to watch. Obviously going to be very cold tonight. So on screen right now, Blaze has done us the great favor of putting together a little presentation on the app. And guys, our app, we developed because we wanted to hyper-localize weather content in this state. It's not just Little Rock and Fayetteville and Fort Smith that matter, Jonesboro too, but also all those small cities in between. When I said Texarkana to Greene County and Benton County to Lake Village, I mean it. Every single town in our state matters. And so up at the top, and very soon we're going to have a live feed that rolls out that's going to be embedded within the app. But there are some advertisements, and I had a question as to why. And I'll tell you why. Because we have some incredible partners, and they have made this entire thing possible. They have made it free, and they believe in the vision that this is Arkansas first. Zach?
Yeah, we have to have some advertisements. We had to have advertisements to get launched, and we were very particular about the way that we were going to go about it. We did not want our mobile application to have 15,000 ads with the little tiny X that you can't get off your screen that nobody likes. We wanted to roll with Arkansas-based businesses that care about Arkansas, that were good to us, and that believed in our vision. And First Community Bank was the first one that we went through. And then, of course, Air Masters of Arkansas, 1312 Cleaning and Restoration, TCW Fiber and Internet, Splash Car Wash. We're going to have more that come along with time, but we had to have some advertisements to get off the ground, to provide the software that you guys have access to, the mobile app, and of course all the graphics that we have access to as well. So it was needed, but we were very particular about how we went about it, and I think that we went about it the right way. So,
yeah, and they keep the whole thing free, and they keep it accessible to everyone who's got an internet connection, a smartphone, or a smart TV. And let's face it, that's everybody in the state. So everybody in the state is a potential consumer of the Arkansas Weather Network. And we're going to provide you with content when the weather's slow, like this week, but we are also going to be there when the weather gets really bad. Now, first, our app rolled out. It's been a huge success, I think we're over 20,000 downloads. Let's go through a little bit of the app, and Blaze has put together kind of a tour of what it looks like, Blaze. Now, the first thing you're going to see is the currents and forecast, but Blaze, take us through some of the little things that people may not know what they are, specifically Arkansas Weathercast, AWN Procast. Got a lot of questions on what that is. It's really cool.
So we've got a lot of options because our goal was to load this weather app with very useful information. And so we've got, like James was saying, there's currents and forecast, but I think that something that really sets us apart is our dedicated graphics. And so when we look at the main home screen, we do see those advertisements, and you see other buttons there like Arkansas Weathercast. There's also the Arkansas Weather Network Procast. And you may be wondering, what is that? Well, we'll dive into that in just a second. We also have a couple more buttons like a dedicated agriculture button, because if you're into agriculture, very important. Then we have Across Arkansas, which basically is a statewide forecast. And then we've got the option to split this into different sections. So let's get right into this. First of all, we see 8 different options. We have central, northwest, west, southwest, southeast, north central, and northeast east. And you can kind of get an idea when you click on one of those, it brings up the graphics, and you can see temperatures, feels like temperatures, and there's a lot more graphics with this as well, and we'll show you that here in a second. But we also look towards the what we call Procast, and you'll see extra forecast plus your way. So we have a dedicated page for severe weather, dedicated page for winter weather, dedicated page for flooding, but then also we have these buttons that I think is going to help the everyday person with agriculture, aviation, marine, outdoors, and utilities. And there's even more options as well. If we look, here's kind of an overview of showing you the different graphic options. And you can see wind gust on there, high temps since midnight, relative humidity. I mean, these are things that are going to help so many people with their daily jobs. And so there's more with that, but I'll send things back over to you guys.
Yeah, the dream behind this is, we pay for a large data fee to have access to all this, and we want everyone else to have access to it too. So if there is a product that you need, we can provide it, and we want to provide it Procast to professionals who use weather information day to day. So that is the goal behind this, and it's to hyper localize it because the weather in Little Rock or Fayetteville may not be the weather everywhere else in the state. So there's a lot we can do this. We're going to do more of it. Our next goal is to have a hunting section up for the reopen of duck season late in this month or very early in January. So this is just the baseline. This is just us getting started. We're going to do some really cool stuff with this. Blaze, Zach, is there anything else with the app that we should mention before we go into the weather forecast for the upcoming week?
I think one thing, we didn't discuss Flash Weather AI. We'll probably just finish with this real quick, but Flash Weather AI, I've had a couple of questions about this. You can see it in the bottom left part of your screen. Is for those of you who want that extra bit of sauce when it comes to the weather, if you're a weather nerd like us and really want to dive into the weeds of AI weather prediction, lightning prediction, well ahead of time, they've got all sorts of cool stuff that you can access that you're probably not going to find in a whole lot of places. So we wanted to add that in there as just the company that runs that Flash Weather AI. They're fantastic and good friends of ours, and we think that will be revolutionary in the severe weather coverage side for us when tornadoes are around. So we wanted to offer that to you guys as well if you're interested in diving into that too. That's a little separate part of our app. So
yeah, their AI tornado prediction, their tornado predictor, we're going to utilize this next spring. It's going to be, I think, very, very cool. A lot of smart people are working on that, and we're going to get to showcase it here in Arkansas. Well, all right, guys. A lot of people probably want to know what the weather's going to do, and so let's get to some weather. Yeah. It was cold today, and actually a lot of these highs were probably hit before midnight, or right after midnight, rather. 37. Little Rock did not get to 37 this afternoon. The warmest they got was 34. And so, it's been a chilly afternoon. And now we're looking at tomorrow. It's a pretty chilly Monday. I want to go ahead and get to low temperatures tomorrow. And guys, a lot of people want a frigid December, and so far they've had it.
Yeah, the low temperatures tonight, I put a post up earlier today. Keep the pets in mind tonight, guys. If you have outdoor pets that are not suitable or adequate for this kind of cold, they need to be brought inside, and keep an eye on your people too, because I feel like there's levels to this when it comes to cold, and it's going to be very cold overnight and into Monday. So dress warm, keep the kiddos dressed warm for school in the morning on Monday.
And there's tomorrow's highs, 30s and 40s. Unfortunately, looks like some cloud cover may hang around in East Arkansas for just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just par for the course for this month. And then let's look at where we're headed. A pretty chilly Monday. Tuesday gets a little bit better. It's going to get a little bit better each and every day this week. I think Wednesday we're in the 50s. And then I don't know why people hate warm weather in winter, man. It's so nice. 60 plus.
It is.
It needs to feel like Christmas. Come on, guys. Oh my gosh.
Just beautiful.
Mid 60s on Thursday. Oh, Lord.
It's perfect. I mean, I love this type of weather. If we have an above average stretch of temperatures in winter, it doesn't mean it's 90. It's just nice.
Y'all comment down below and let us know if James is right or wrong, if we should have a warm December or cold December. Comment and let us know.
Yeah.
And side with me on this. It needs to be cold in December. So I'm just giving you a hard time.
I get it. I understand. Now, there is a cold front coming through on Thursday, and so that is going to knock that temperature down back into the 40s as we get into Friday. And just kind of as an aside, as you step outside in the morning, wind chills will be in the 20s, and they're going to be in the 20s for at least several hours tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. The overall pattern this week, though, Zach and Blaze, chime in here. I mean, it's pretty quiet. I mean, December can be some of our busiest months of the year, but really, I mean, this is pretty slow.
They're lighting the chat up right now, going
Good.
back and forth right now between if it needs to be a cold December or should it be a warm. Some are saying cold with lots of snow.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I don't like snow, so I just like it cold. That's all. But Blaze, it
You
does
know,
look
snow,
like Blaze. It does look like, judging by the screen, we've got a front moving in midweek. What do you think is going to happen with that? Tell the masses.
well, I think there could be some rain. I don't think it'll be too widespread, or at least the way things are looking right now. But with that warm-up trend coming in, I think there could be some thunderstorms, especially towards southeast Arkansas. But low instabilities. We're not really expecting any severe weather with that. But I do think there could be a little bit of rain that mixes in, which is nice because we have not seen rain in a little while, honestly.
No, I was looking at some of the data earlier.
I forgot to add pause points, so I wanted to show the high resolution data for Thursday does show a little bit of rain, guys, but it's not much. And maybe in southeast Arkansas, a few thunderstorms get going. But again, I mean, this legitimately could be one of the driest Decembers we've had in a good while.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot of anything this week. I think that, Thursday, maybe some isolated showers, maybe an isolated chance for some storms on Thursday, but this doesn't look like much. So.
And the rainfall outlook is not great, less than half an inch for that eastern part of the state next Thursday. And it's just, again, it can be very, very wet in December here, and it just has not been as we've looked past the last 3 weeks. Now, perhaps if you are on weather social media, you've seen the maps with all the red. I've been calling it a pre-Christmas warm-up. This graphic says December 22nd through the 28th. There's going to be some warm days before Christmas, and unfortunately we're trending towards some warmth around and just after. But I do want to make it clear, guys, I think there's going to be fronts around Christmas. I mean, it could turn on a dime. I mean, it could end up being pretty chilly on Christmas for part of the state if we get a front in here.
I think, judging by what I looked at today, it seems like the pattern as a whole will favor above average temperatures, more days of highs in the 60s than not. But yeah, I agree with James. I think that we'll have opportunities for fronts. It's not going to be a 24/7, 85-degree washout like some people might think. But who knows? Christmas does look to be warmer, but we still have some time. Maybe we can work a front in here and make Christmas a little bit cooler than what some of the models are suggesting now. So.
And again, you see these types of maps, and your big concern becomes maybe there's some severe weather down the road. I wouldn't rule that out as we get to that last week of December in this type of pattern. I haven't specifically looked at anything that just makes me go, oh, wow, that's happening. But if we're going to go through the warmth, I mean, eventually that's going to change. And when it does, it probably results in some thunderstorms.
Yeah.
So these Climate Prediction Center outlooks, they update these every day. And, of course, just tilting towards way above average in the short term. Which brings me to this, Zach. Airmasters has been a great partner of yours for a long time, and they're going to be a great partner with the Arkansas Weather Network. If you waited to get your service call in before the big cold blast this weekend, use this warmth to get that
Yes.
heater looked at. I had a friend call me today. She said the motor on our furnace went out. And I was like, that's a bad time for that to happen.
No kid. Yeah, Airmasters has been great. They've been a partner of mine for several years now. Obviously local. I've stressed that they're local to Central Arkansas. So if you live in other parts of the state, they might not service you, but they have a pretty big service area there in Central Arkansas. So if you need HVAC assistance, Airmasters of Arkansas is who you should call. They're locally owned, Arkansas-based. It just doesn't get a whole lot better for HVAC service in Central Arkansas. So,
yeah. Well, I do want to show one more thing before we wrap it up tonight. The temperature trend next 10 days. Monday's cold. You've got that. This is just for Central Arkansas. But again, download the Arkansas Weather Network app, and you can get this for wherever you are in the state. I think it's next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. Is that right?
I would have to look at my calendar. You're putting me on the
Yeah,
spot.
I would
there.
have
I think
to
that's
as
the
well.
24th.
Yeah,
So,
it is. Yeah, it is the 24th.
I mean, it's tilting towards warmer. Now, you notice Thursday we're in the 60s, big cool down on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, warm again. And then, it just looks warmer as we go towards Christmas Eve. I'd still say it's a little early to make a call for Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Just because these things can change, especially if you have a front in the area. It could always end up further south and through Arkansas. But, it was one of the coldest starts to December on record for a lot of locations. I mean, the coldest since 2006 in the short term. We're talking top 10 coldest start. That is not going to be how we finish.
No, and I want to stress too, first of all, this says Central Arkansas. We cover the entire state, all 75 counties. So if you live in North Arkansas, you can subtract a few most of the time off these temps. If you live in Southern Arkansas, maybe add a degree or two. But I think, and Blaze, I'm going to build on this and let you finish. Although we might be moving into a warmer pattern, somebody commented just a second ago and said something about the real winters in January and February. We will eventually arrive in cooler weather again. No pattern lasts forever. So Blaze carried away from there.
Well, and I think we're going to get, I would say there's going to be snow. I mean, at this point, there will be at some point. So I don't think we're going to get past this winter and not have any more snow. But, guys, it did start a little active. I'll be honest. We had some snow the other day. It wasn't much, but, a couple of areas.
Well, teaser.
To an inch. So,
teaser.
Yeah, exactly. So, but we just, so far, we just don't see anything in the forecast that supports, any snow.
No.
In the future, but I know those chances will start to increase.
Selfishly, I was hoping that the weather was quiet as the Arkansas Weather Network kind of came about, because that way we're not releasing and we have lots of tornadoes or snow or anything like that. Our weather's going to get active. We know that, and we're going to be here for you. I think, this team right here is a team that you're going to be able to count on no matter the time of day, no matter where you're at in the state. It's going to be cool. And if you haven't already, go download the Arkansas Weather Network app. Go get your grandparents' phones and download the Arkansas Weather Network app for them. While you're at it, if you could please leave us a 5-star review. Our app has been sitting at number 1 in the App Store among weather apps, which I never could have imagined 48 hours ago. Never, ever could have imagined. And I just want to say thank you to every single person that has downloaded the app and supported what we're doing and grow with us. Zach, you talked a little bit about the journey on your Facebook page the other day. And I talked a little bit about it on mine. None of this was without risk. It's been a lot of hard work, and I'm excited to share this product with the rest of the state.
It has been a lot of hard work, but it was very worth it. I'm so glad that me and you and Blaze have joined forces to create something great for the state of Arkansas. And the reception that we've had thus far has been incredible. I have been blown away. Millions of people have been reached by the announcement. Thousands of app downloads. People seem to be excited, which makes me excited because I'm a weather nerd and I love the state of Arkansas. So, James, I will say we got a lot of questions over here that I think are good to check on if you want me to read a few of them.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's take some questions for sure.
So Kent Kramer, this is not related to anything we've really talked about, but asks, can you please talk a little bit about the meteor shower times tonight? So the Geminids are pretty active right now. I know that Blaze is really into space stuff like me. I don't know, James, if you're into it as much, but I love meteor showers. I think based off what I've read, is that it seems like it's most active and best viewing late tonight, so probably after 10 or 11 o'clock. But just a heads up, if you're going outside to do that, it is very cold. So dress very warm.
I'd love to have a video of one if you happen to catch it.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And there's a new way of now sending us stuff on the app. You can send us pictures and videos. Like just
Yes.
you can upload it and
Yes.
send us a
so
direct
simple,
message.
guys. It's so simple.
Yeah. Somebody did ask us to, Blaze, I'll let you explain a little bit on this. I lost the question because it scrolled down, but somebody was asking about the CPC graphic that we showed, the above average temperatures, and how that is, I think they were asking, is that just an indication of above average, as in, it doesn't matter if it's only 1 or 2 degrees above average, it's still going to show red. Blaze, will you explain that a little bit on your thoughts on that, on
Yeah,
the CPC graphic?
Yeah, I think that's, it just kind of gives us an overview of that we're seeing there's going to be some warmer temperatures because, you have your standard regular temperatures. And so James can probably, talk a little bit more on this as well. But it just kind of gives us an overview that, hey, it's going to warm up. We think it's going to continue to warm up. But it doesn't tell us exactly how hot it's going to be. That's what we rely on those computer models and stuff to show us. But, go ahead, Jim.
That forecast is correct if you're half a degree above average.
Yeah.
So if the forecast is we're going to be 10 degrees above average, you're really, really confident that you're going to be above average. That's why they color it dark red.
Yes.
So we don't have to get into the meteorological weeds too much, but yeah. And Zach, I saw several questions. We forgot to mention the 24/7 streaming app that will be coming in the next few days.
Oh, my bad. Somebody just said that. Yeah, Sholo. Yes, there will be a 24/7 stream. But one of you two are better with this than me, so you can explain that and what it will offer people here in Arkansas. So take it away. I don't care who.
Well, I tell you what, the app is just the stream is just going to start with weather information that we're going to have from our system that's going to scroll through. I'd say eventually we're going to get to where that thing is loaded with content, weather shows, maybe other interesting things. And then if we have to go live, we'll just cut into our stream, and that stream is going to be embedded in our app. And of course, it's going to have a Roku app, Apple TV app, a Fire TV app, and I think that's all of them. And it'll always be on YouTube as well.
Gina, thank you so much too for that. She said, we are very proud of you guys. Thank you for working hard. Gina has been a longtime follower of mine, moderator in some of my chats, and she's a huge supporter of the Arkansas weather scene. So I really appreciate that, Gina.
Yeah, I appreciate every person that watches because, there's no this without you guys who are watching.
Yes. Yeah,
One thing that I think really is, go ahead.
You good?
Go ahead, Blaze.
One thing that I think really helps with the app, and this is something that's been brought to my attention pretty recently, actually, is that the app also, now we don't really put the data in for anywhere out of Arkansas, but anyone that goes out of Arkansas, the app still works. It still gets the National Weather Service data. And so there's people, like I've got a friend that's on a cruise right now, and they're using our app to get their weather data. And
Awesome.
They're going to use it to get alerts and warnings and stuff too. So you can actually go in there and put other locations in the app that's across the United States.
That's awesome. That's really cool, Blaze.
That's right.
Doing that.
We do have users outside of Arkansas. As long as your location settings are on or you set those locations, you can get information outside of Arkansas. One of you's pulled up our radar here.
It was me.
And, we'll go ahead and zoom in, show people, this is going to be really, really valuable as we get into storm season. And I'll throw this in there. Someone asked, will any of y'all be chasing storms? Shay asked that. I don't think any of us directly are going to be chasing, but we're going to have chasers that are with us, and we will have feeds that we will pull from. I think this radar software is some of the best on the market.
Yes.
And it's really going to, there's not anything that's going to get by us. And I think it's going to be very clear and easy for you to understand where the danger is and where it's going.
I love
There's another question here.
Sorry, James.
Go ahead, Zach.
I love how detail oriented this map is. There's a lot of people, when severe weather is occurring, we'll just zoom in here in northeast Arkansas, just northwest of Jonesboro, but these little communities too that maybe some people aren't familiar with, but there's a lot of people who live. If you live near Oak Ridge or if you live near Dorothy and we have storms moving to these areas, we can zoom in and get street level. I mean, we can go down here and look at Michael Street, Alta Street, and Carson Street. And this is pivotal information during life-saving severe weather coverage. And I'm so glad that we have access to this data because I feel like the people of Arkansas will benefit from them in critical times, in tornadoes. And
so Aaron Borders just asked, what makes this weather app different from other weather apps? And I'll tell you right now, this app is owned by me and Zach, a couple of guys from Arkansas. Yep. We have skin in the game. We care about the people. And this is going to be, there could be other ones out there, Zach. I haven't just looked through the App Store for every app, but this is going to be one of the only Arkansas-owned weather apps out there. And so we have branded our app to have, very specific things with the state of Arkansas that you would not just get anywhere else. And I think that's what makes this a lot different. Plus, it's going to have our 24/7 stream embedded within the app too, and that would be hard to find elsewhere.
Blaze, what do you like about this, about our software for severe weather coverage?
I love, and we'll dive into this a little bit more, especially when there's severe weather, but having the ability with like the Barron button or, tornado signature. Like this radar technology is so smart that if it just sees some rotation, it's going to light up on the map. And so we're going to know, yes, we can look at velocities. We're going to be able to, see if a storm's rotating, but our software is going to highlight areas. It's going to tell us, hey, where these storms are rotating, and we're going to be able to jump on these storms before they go tornado warned. We are going to be right on it. And so the thing is, we can be live anytime. We can keep people safe and keep people informed. And so having the digital side of this, I think, is just incredible. Like that, location tracking. Look at that. That is just incredible.
It's awesome, man. It's so cool.
Yeah, and the fact that we're going to be sitting here and all of us are looking at 3 to 4, 5, 6 screens, we're going to be able to get information to our viewers at lightning speed. And so we're really excited about that. Laura asks, where does the temperature detail come from on the app? Where in the towns are they red? Do you know? So a lot of that data is going to come from airports. But if you're between airports, there's a map that it's called interpolating data. It picks the data between 2 points. So if it's 32 in Little Rock and 30 in Benton, and let's say you were on the southwest side of Little Rock, it would probably assign 31 to your location. So it's pretty close. And because all our we have all our airports, but they're not in every single location. But this high-res temperature data is pretty accurate.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a lot of questions here on the app too. If you guys, this isn't just for iPhone and iPads too. If you have an Android device, you can get this in the Google Play Store. I feel like a lot of times we reference the mobile app in the App Store, and that's correlated with the Apple App Store. But if you have an Android, you can get this. It's a lot of people have had great things to say about the app on the Android devices as well. I have an iPhone, so I'm not familiar, but you can get them on both. So a lot of questions about the radar as well. We've covered some of that, but high detail is our goal with this. High detail, local, hyper-local severe weather coverage, so that it doesn't matter if you live in Little Rock, Fort Smith, Memphis, Monticello, or if you live in a small town in Southwest Arkansas, you're going to have access to it. So,
and
we're still getting used to using it.
Yeah.
Right. And we can switch between products so easy, from radar to velocity, shear, all kinds of things that we need on the fly. It's right there. It's so quick. And I think that's going to be crucial, especially when we're tracking tornadoes, when we're wanting to see if something's on the ground, to be able to switch from velocity to correlation coefficient. I mean, just that switch and how we can do it so fast with street level, I think it's incredible.
It's awesome.
And if you can't tell, we're all excited,
Real quick, Lucia asked about the Roku TV yet. That is this week, guys. The 24/7 channel, the Roku app, and all that good stuff. We're hoping to have taken care of this week. We will have posts on social media about that, keeping you guys in the loop. So,
Lynn asks, Arkansas is not completely flat. There's a temperature difference depending on elevation, and she mentions Clinton. Yes, this absolutely takes elevation into account. That's one question we asked when we were looking at software. So, pretty cool. We have gotten a lot of support requests for the app. And the best thing about this local team is we are the support line and we are your direct line. So if you have any issues at all, you can reach out to us and we will help you make sure you get squared away.
Yeah. Well,
and we're open to suggestions too. We've had suggestions, like the hunting forecast and things like that. But there's other forecasts someone was asking earlier today, like, hey, can we get an Apple Watch widget? So there's all kinds of, ideas and stuff being thrown. And we want to hear these ideas because we want to build this and we want to give you something that you love.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, James, I love that line that you just said, that we are the support line. That, guys, I think that's one thing that we're trying to drive home with this is no disrespect to any news stations or other weather sources. There's some incredible sources here in our state. We're so blessed, but 3 guys from Arkansas. We live here. We're not going anywhere. This is owned by us. So if you have things that you want to see, reach out to us and let us know. Our hope is that we make this for you the best possible for you. So I love that line you said about the support. That's so true. Send us an email because we're the support people, not some faraway land.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't go to a corporate office 9 states away. It comes to us, and we take your requests very seriously. It's one thing. It's a locally owned weather operation, and you're seeing this pop up in other states. Our buddy Matt Lawbon has Mississippi Weather Live. Doug Hetty's in Southeast Kansas. Jared Floyd's in Northeast Louisiana. And we are actually affiliated with the National Weather Network, which is a bunch of this type of operation all over the place. Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Alabama. And it's really awesome to be a part of that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So somebody's asking about widgets for
how
iPhone. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Blaze.
Someone asked, is there widgets for iPhone? There is already widgets. So the app does have a widget that you can put on your lock screen as well as your home screen. So just throwing that out there. All right, go ahead, James. Sorry.
Yeah, I got a question here. If I can find it. I lost it.
Yeah, they disappear if you're not careful. Yep. Levi, I'm not trying to cut in front of you, James, but Levi Andrews asked a couple of times, is there going to be bad storms in Arkansas this spring? Guys, we have strong to severe thunderstorms in Arkansas every year. They can happen in any month of the year. So they're more prominent, more prone in the springtime. So I would be absolutely shocked if we escape spring without some nasty storms that happens every year. So hopefully that answers your question, Levi.
Are there any other states that are doing this? Aaron just asked. Yeah, we're kind of just went over that. And Lucia asks, how can we support you? The best way to keep this platform going and to keep it free and to keep all our advertisers happy is to support us by downloading our app, leaving us a 5-star review, follow our social pages, and then just stick with us when the weather gets bad.
Yeah.
We're going to be here, and the best way that you can support us is just to use our product. It's going to keep it free, and it's going to keep the Arkansas Weather Network growing for months and years to come.
Yeah. And if you come across the need to use a service that one of our sponsors can provide, like Air Masters HVAC, First Community Bank is, incredible. They have 34 locations. TCW Fiber and Internet. If you have internet services and you're in the area that they provide, 1312 Cleaning and Restoration if you need a restoration project, and then Splash Car Wash. Everybody needs a car wash every once in a while. That's how you can keep us going and keep everything that we offer free. So thank you for asking on how to support us. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we really do. Just a few other questions I'm going to hit here. Will this also show power outages? We do have access to that data, and it's available on our website. Do you have a 7-day forecast graphic like that you show in videos? We do. We'll make that available on the website pretty soon. John Ross, 36 years old today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Yeah, and a couple other people helping other people get the information on how to download. We really have big plans for this thing, and I'm just so thankful once again for every single person who's watched, listened, downloaded our app. We had big goals, Zach, but I think 20,000 downloads in 2 days, I could never have imagined that.
No. We were discussing we were hoping for 1,000 on the first day, that we would be upset if we didn't get 1,000 because we felt like that was really achievable. Turns out we should have probably had higher expectations. So Blaze, I'm sure you're excited, buddy. You've done a lot of work, man. Yeah, I know. I see the smile. Good stuff, man. Good
I'm
stuff.
loving it. If it keeps people safe, we will put that hard work in.
Merchandise.
So
Sholo.
Blaze got his meteorology degree on Friday, and he is a genius. So technologically savvy, and he has developed a lot of the things that you see on the website. Actually, all of it. He's done the entire website.
Yeah.
So he's awesome.
I've had a few people ask about merchandise because they see my shirt. My wife did this for me. My wife Jordan. It's something in the future we want to offer. We would love to have the ability to sell merchandise for those of you who want to support us in that route. So I'm not ignoring your question about merch, but we haven't got there yet. So hopefully soon.
Amanda asks, how about road conditions during winter weather, or should I still check iDrive? iDrive is going to be the best for eyes on. As always, they have a great camera network, but actually we do have maps that do have road conditions and road temperatures. It's a nice little product that we've rolled out. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Well, anything else, guys, before we wrap it up for the night?
So
just to
you were
kind of
talking
address.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Blaze, I'm stepping all over you. Just this last couple questions while I have it on my mind. A couple of questions here. We have the mobile app is available for download now. The Arkansas Weather Network mobile app. It's on the App Store, the Google Play Store. Just search Arkansas Weather Network and you will find it, or you can go to one of our social media pages and we have it listed there. Sorry, Blaze, go ahead.
No, you're good. So someone was asking, and you were talking about road temps. So we've got a graphic here. So this kind of shows you it's really cold across the area. But I think one thing that really is going to help a lot of people, especially if they fly, is aviation. We have access, airport delays. We can, and you guys have access to this too. On the website, you can go to that Procast and bam, you are able to see the visibility as well as the airport delays. But then there was someone asking about power outages. It's the same page. Utilities, it's going to show you the percentage and how many are out of power. And again, these are things like this that just set us apart, especially from just with our website, with our app, and it all integrates so well.
Yeah.
Favorite comment of the night is from Eden, who says it was disrespectfully cold this morning, and I agree.
It was. Cold in the morning too, man.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I think we've been on long enough. If you missed any part of this, you can go back and watch the early part of this where we kind of go over the weather forecast for the week ahead and kind of go through a tour of the app. Remember, it is available on the App Stores, Google Play, and iOS, which is Apple. Arkansas Weather Network. We're going to continue. Remember, it's the baseline. We're going to continue to improve it and do more with it. We've got our Roku 24/7 streaming channel on the way, and that'll be along here very soon. And anytime weather gets life-threatening, we'll be doing a live stream. I want people to understand that very much. We're going to be there on the days where it really matters, and, of course, all the days leading up to it as well. Until then, wanted to ask a good question. What is the website address? arwxnetwork.com. That's arwxnetwork.com. Good question. All right. Until then, enjoy the quiet weather. A good friend of mine says the only weather you've got, and it's the truth. So enjoy it. If you don't like it, it's going to change quick. So, guys, everybody have a good night.